Hello, Namaste. Welcome back to you again in online class of Sagarmatha Secondary English Boarding School. Today I have come along with you with another part of programming tools. In this part, we will be discussing about only three questions: how to find the largest number among three numbers, smallest number among three numbers, middle number. You have already studied about how to find the smallest number among three numbers. Today, you will learn how to find the how to find the division. First of all, I want to show you the lesson objective so that you can easily understand. So let's begin this part, programming tools part 9. Once again, I want to remind you the lesson objective of programming tools part 1. This is the lesson objective of programming tools part 1. This is the lesson objective of programming tools part 2. This is the lesson objective of programming tools part 3. Similarly, this is the lesson objective of programming tools part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8. In previous class, you read about how to write algorithm and how to make flowchart for finding largest number among three numbers. And after that, you can see the lesson objective. Today we will be discussing about programming tools part 9. In this part, I have covered only three parts, only three questions. Smallest number among three numbers, because in earlier classes I had given this question for you. And second number, you can see middle numbers among three numbers, and very last question you can see to find division of the student. So let's begin. Once again, I want to show you the question number 21. First number we will complete. Question number 21, write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept any three numbers from the user and find the smallest number among them. In previous classes, you have already studied how to accept any three numbers from the user and how to find the largest number among them. This is so simple to make algorithm, and this is so simple to create flowchart. So that I want to make only some changes in the algorithm and flowchart. First of all, I will complete this problem. After that, I will also tell you how to write algorithm and how to make the flowchart for accepting three numbers and how to find the middle number among them. And very last question, you can see, write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept the marks of any three subject and find total percentage and division. So first number from question number 21. Once again, I want to show you, because in earlier classes you have already studied the algorithm and flowchart, how to make the algorithm and how to make the flowchart. You can see on the screen here, write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept any three number and find the largest number. So I will make a little bit changes here. First number, I want to write the same variable a, b and c, and second number you have to make changes in the sign. Here, instead of greater than sign, you have to put less than sign. Again, I want to give here less than sign because you are going to find the smallest number here, largest number. So that I want to write here smallest number s, smallest number. Now I have to write here, I have given the condition. This is the condition: is a less than b and a less than c? If yes, then display not l equal to s equal to a. If no, then go to step 4. If you have watched the previous video, I hope you won't feel any difficult to understand. If no, then go to step 4. In step 4, you can see another condition is written, and I have to make changes here because we are going to find the smallest number among three numbers. So I have to make changes. I have to put smaller, less than sign. Here also less than sign, and here also you can see if this condition is satisfied, if this condition is true. I'm only telling how to make the algorithm, how to write the algorithm, and after that I will also explain, I will also tell you how to create the flowchart. So here you can see, is b less than a and b less than c? If this condition is true, if this condition is satisfied, then what happens? Then smallest number s equal to b. If no, if this condition is not satisfied, then we have to give another condition. We are going to test whether c is the greatest number or not. So smallest number or not. So that we have to write the condition c less than a, c and c less than b. If yes, then display s equal to c. If no, then display what to display, because we have only three numbers. You can see we have only three numbers, and if this condition is not satisfied, then what happens? Then the data is invalid, it means user might have entered wrong input, so that the output is also wrong. So that I have written if no, then display invalid data. So this is one complete algorithm for accepting 3 numbers from the user and find the smallest number among them. This is one complete algorithm, and I hope you won't feel any difficult to understand, because in earlier classes also you have read, you have studied how to make the flowchart, how to write the algorithm to accept the 3 numbers and find the largest number. And here also you have to make changes. Instead of greater than sign, here you have to write less than sign. Again, less than sign. In flowchart also, I do not want to explain in detail. Read first number, you can see this is called oval symbol, because when you start your flowchart, first of all you have to give terminator symbol. For start and end you have to give oval symbol. Sorry, this is called terminator symbol, and sometimes we can say terminator symbol. Instead of this symbol we can also use oval symbol for this. And next you can see this is called parallelogram symbol. Here you can see parallelogram. We use parallelogram symbol for input and output. And I have written 3 variables, read A, B and C, so that I have written inside. If you have written X, Y, Z, same variable name you have to keep inside the parallelogram box or parallelogram symbol. Next number you can see here, this is called decision making box. This is called diamond symbol. Inside the diamond symbol you have to give the same condition what you have written in algorithm, and I wrote same condition inside. And here we are going to find the smallest number, so that we have to give the variable name. This is also one kind of variable. While learning about programming language, you will understand what you mean by variable, what is constant. You can easily understand, but here you have to understand this is also one variable, s equal to a, because s means the smallest. And next number, if this condition is not satisfied, it means here you can see if this condition is true, then smallest number equal to a. If this condition is not true, then here you can see, then go to step 4. In step 4 what is written, you can see here, no, then we have to give another condition, less than a, less than b, sorry, b less than c. Now if this condition is true, then here you can see s equal to b, smallest number equal to b. If no, again because we have 3 numbers, if no, then we have to supply our condition. Here again we have to give a smaller, again you have to give a smaller sign, and here again you have to give s equal to c. If no, if all the conditions are tested false, if these all conditions are false, then what happen? Then user might have entered invalid data or invalid entry, so that I have given here. And after that you can see all the symbols are connected, because this is called display symbol, this is also display symbol, this is also display, and this is also display symbol. This is called output symbol, parallelogram, input symbol, output symbol. This is called input symbol and this is called output symbol. So that these all symbols are connected, because if this condition is true, then the follow, then it will be printed, s equal to a will be printed. After that our program will not be terminated. Whenever you do not follow this sign, whenever you do not give this arrow symbol, then our program will not be terminated. So that this arrow symbol is given, and you can see how these symbols are connected. If this condition is true, then by this path it will terminate our program. Here you can see, but here I have to write a stop, S-T-O-P, stop. So this way, if this condition is not true, second number condition is satisfied, then after that it will print s equal to b, and after that it will terminate our program. Here this is the arrow symbol. So this way our algorithm, our flowchart will be terminated. This is our flowchart. This flowchart, our program will be terminated. So similarly C also, and after that this is already connected. Here you can see. So that this is so simple to understand. Now I'm going to tell you how to make algorithm and how to make the flowchart to find the middle number among 3 numbers. If 4 numbers are given, then how to make? If 4 numbers are given, you have to add one more condition here. You have to give another condition also. Step 5, step 6 you have to give, and after that you have to give is. And here also you have to make changes. Here you have to give 4 variables, a, b, c and d you have to give. And in condition you have to give is a less than b, If greater number, then you have to give greater than sign. If smallest number, you have to give a smaller sign, less than sign. Like is A less than B and A less than B. Sorry, is A less than B and A less than C and A less than D. If greater number, then you have to give if is A greater than B and A greater than C and A greater than D. If 4 numbers are given, then only you have to write this type of condition. If 3 numbers, then this is satisfied, this is true. Now again another question I want to show you. Here you can see another question. Question number 22. Write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept any 3 numbers from the user and find the middle number among them. Now I'm going to tell you how to make an algorithm and how to write the flowchart to accept the 3 numbers from the user and how to find the middle number among them. So for this we have to write the algorithm, and I want to make changes in that same algorithm because we have to make algorithm to find the middle number among them. So first of all, what to do? Question is same. Here you can see only we have to find the middle number among them. We have to accept any 3 numbers. So I want to write here accept any 3 number and find middle number. And now I'm going to write the algorithm for this. So first number here, we should not make any changes. In condition, we have to make changes because we are going to find the middle number, so that we have to give another kind of condition. This condition, you have to remember, you have to understand the logic of the condition. Is A greater than B and A less than C? This type of condition. And again we have to give or A. Here you have to give less than B and again you have to give A greater than C. If yes, then display M equal to A, middle number equal to A. If no, then go to step 4. So this is so simple to understand. I have written this is the condition to find the middle number among 3 numbers. Is A greater than B and A less than C, or A less than B and A greater than C. Same condition, same type of condition we have to apply here. If no, then go to step 4 because we have 3 numbers. And here you have to write B greater than A, and in second number we have to write is B greater than A and B less than C. Again you have to give or. Again or means here I have not given and. It means if any condition is tested true, if this condition or this condition, any condition is tested or satisfied, then it will display M equal to A, middle number equal to A. And again I want to write the condition is B less than A and B greater than C, question mark. If this condition is satisfied, if this condition is true, then what happens? Then middle number equal to B. If no, then go to step 5. And here you can see we have written 2 conditions. First number we wrote the condition for A. Second number we wrote the condition for B. Whether B is the middle number or not. First number we tested. We wrote the condition. Second number we wrote the condition. Now third number we are going to test C. Again we have to write C less than, first number we have to give greater than A, and next C less than B. Again we have to give or. Again another part we have to give C less than A and C greater than B. This type of condition we have to write. If this condition is tested true, then you have to write here M equal to C, middle number equal to C. If no, then display invalid data because we have only 3 numbers. If all the conditions became false, then what happened? Then user might have entered invalid data or wrong data. So I have written here if no, then display invalid data or wrong entry. And in our flowchart also we have to write the same condition, or everything Everything is correct. We have to write the condition, same condition inside the diamond symbol. Here I want to write control plus C, control plus V. Now you can see it becomes a little bit smaller. So this way you have to write the condition. Again you have to write another condition in another diamond symbol. This is another condition, and you have to write here now last number. Again you can see step 5 also one condition. This condition I want to write inside another diamond symbol, control plus P. And last number you have to check because you are going to find the middle number. So last number here, instead of S you have to give another variable name. M means middle. You can give the full name also. You can give another variable name as per your requirement. And the last number, other everything is correct. So this is one complete flow chart for this problem. This is one complete algorithm, and this is one complete flow chart for this problem. Now last one more problem you can see. Write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept the marks of any 3 subject and find total percentage and division. Here you have to accept the marks of any 3 subject and you have to find total first number and after that percentage. And you know, in division you have to find several, you have to write several conditions, because first number you have to write the condition for distinction, second number for first division, third number for second division, and so on. So you have to write the condition for all the division. So again I want to write only the algorithm first. How to write the algorithm I want to tell you, and after that I hope you can easily convert the algorithm into the flow chart. So let's see how to write an algorithm for this problem. Write an algorithm and draw a flow chart to accept the marks of any 3 subjects and find total percentage and division of the student. So this way I wrote the question. Now first of all you have to analyze the problem, because when you start writing the algorithm, when you start developing the flowchart, first of all you have to analyze the problem. How many subject, how many inputs are there, how many outputs are there, everything you have to clearly identify in the problem. Here you can see accept the marks of any 3 subject. So 3 subject, it means you have to accept 3 input from the user. So that I want to write here first number start and second number I wrote read, and I want to give the name of any subject. I want to give first number English. For English I want to give E. For Nepali I want to give N, and after that for mathematics I want to give M. You can give any variable name, and you can also give, instead of short name, you can give descriptive name also. So you can give ENG, this is also correct, NEP, and another like MATH, this is also correct. It depends on you what type of variable you want to declare in your algorithm, what type of letter, English alphabet you want to declare in your algorithm and flowchart. In programming it is very essential to understand. If you do any kind of mistake in the programming, then the program will not be executed. So that I'm telling you from the very beginning what is the role of the variable. Now I want to write here E and M. Now next number you can see to find total percentage and division. So second number you have to write step 3. Step 3 I want to write let first number total equal to E plus N plus last number M, another variable you can see. And this small bracket is not compulsory. If you want to remove, you can remove it. And next number again, step 4. you have to give another formula. You have to write another formula because you have to find percentage also. P equal to, simply you can write, we have already tested, we have already calculated the total marks of the student, so that let P means percentage, let P equal to T by 3 because total number of subjects are 3, so that I wrote here T by 3. And the next number, what to do? We have to display our marks, total marks, and we have to display our percentage. Here also you can display the total marks, and here also you can display the percentage, and at last also at the bottom of the algorithm also you can, so that step, I want to write here step 5, and I want to display the result first. Display T in the single, and last number P. T means total and P means percentage. T means total, here you can see, and same name you have to give, P means percentage. Or if you do not want to write in the same line, you can write step 6, and after that you have to give again display, DISPLAY, display P. This way, this is also correct medium. If you want to remove this step, you can remove this step, and you can write the output in the single line. Now last number you can see division. Now we have to find the division of the student. So for finding division, first of all you have to think about this, how many divisions are possible, what is the condition for first distinction, everything you have to analyze properly. I want to write the condition for division. First number, distinction is, we have already calculated percentage of the student, so according to the percentage we can easily find the division. So is P greater than equal to 80? Question mark. If yes, you know, if the percentage is greater than equal to, then you know very well the student can receive distinction. Then display what? Result equal to, then display R. Simply I want to write D equal to, D means division. If you want to write big name also, no problem. DIV equal to distinction, DISTINCTION, distinction. If no, then go to another step. Now next number, here also you have to write the condition. In next number, in step 4, because there are many divisions, so that I have to write here is P. Now second number, you know, after distinction you have to write the formula for finding the first division of, we have to check the possibility of the first division. Is P greater than equal to 60? Question mark again you have to give. If yes, then display again same variable name you have to give, same variable, because we are going to find only the division of the student, so that I want to make changes here first. And next, if no, if this condition is also not true, because some students might have received first division, some can second division, some can distinction, and some student might have got like no division also. If the percentage is less than 40, then a student cannot receive any kind of division, that is called no division. So that I want to write again, if this condition is tested true, if percentage is greater than equal to 60, if yes, then display division equal to first. Otherwise again I have to give another point here. If no, then go to step 5. In step 5 again I have to write the condition for finding the second division, so that again I have to write the condition P greater than equal to I want to write here 45. Simply we can write here 50 also. This is our condition. And again, if this condition is true, if this condition is tested true, if this condition is satisfied, then what to do? DIV equal to SECOND second. Now again, here also you can see, if no, if again this condition is not true, then go to another step. Then go to step 6. In step 6 also we have to write same condition, is P greater than equal to 40. Again, if yes, then display div equal to third. Next, if the percentage is greater than equal to 40, then third division. If the percentage is less than 40, then what happened? Then display directly. Also you can write here, then display, or simply if you want to write, go to another step, that is also correct, or directly you can write display display div equal to no division. Because if this condition is tested true, here you have to understand, if this condition is tested true, then this statement will be executed. If yes, then display div equal to third. And this is our last point here. If no, then what happens? If this condition is also not true, first number, if percentage is greater than equal to 80, then it will display first distinction. Second number, you can see another condition, if percentage is greater than equal to 60, then it will display first division. Third number, you can see if the percentage is greater than equal to 50, then it will display second division. Fourth number, you can see if the percentage is greater than equal to 40, then it can display third division. If the percentage, if all the conditions are not satisfied, if all the conditions became false, then what happened? Then it will display no division. It means your division is not found. It means there is no division. Sorry, your division is not found. This way also you can write. And at last, I have to give very last step, and you know very well about this. At last, we have to write a step. Step, I want to check, step 6 already completed, step 7, and step 7 we have to write a stop. So this way we have to write algorithm and flow chart. I told you only how to make the algorithm, and I hope you can easily write the flow chart also. So that I want to give you the assignment also. You have to write these flowchart yourself, and from tomorrow I will start another looping related algorithm and flowchart, looping statement related, like in programming also you have to use for next statement, while when statement, do while loop, do loop. There are different types of looping statement in programming. So from tomorrow I will tell you how to use the looping statement and how to write the algorithm and flowchart related to looping type of a looping type of a statement, so that you can easily learn, you can easily understand in programming. You have studied many algorithm and flowchart, and it will be beneficial for all the student, because when you learn the programming, it will help you, because these all are the programs, these all are the questions related in the programming field also. You won't feel any difficult when I start the programming language. So I hope you can easily write the algorithm, you can easily write the flowchart for this problem. First number, you have to write step 1, you have to convert a start into the symbolic representation, and after that second number you have to accept this statement. Next number, 2 times, here you can see 2 times let statement is used, 2 times you have to use for this rectangle symbol, processing symbol, here let statement, and after that you can use parallelogram symbol to display, and after that you have to use the condition. For writing the condition, you have to accept, you have to create, you have to make a diamond symbol. Inside the diamond symbol you have to write the condition, first number condition, this is the condition, and after that it can give 2 results. If yes, then what to do, you know very well. If no, then what to do, you know very well. You have already studied about this. And after that, another condition, gradually you have to write all the condition inside the symbolic representation, and after that you have to connect all the symbolic representation with the help of arrowhead. So I hope you can make the flowchart for this problem. And I want to give one more assignment to you. This is also one assignment. I told you this is also one assignment. You have to write the flowchart for this. And I want to give another assignment to you. And here you can see assignment. Another assignment, write an algorithm and draw a flowchart to accept the marks of any 3 subjects and find total percentage. And here not division, because I told you how to make the algorithm for finding division, and here you can see grade. In C examination, you already know, you have already seen the grades. There are 9 grades, but I have given only 5 grades here, and I have given the hint also. If percentage P we have already calculated, and according to our percentage we can easily evaluate the grade of the student, and according to our grade I have given here only 5 grades, so that you have to write only 5 grades in the algorithm and in the flow chart. If the percentage is greater than equal to 80, then you have to supply E grade. If the percentage is greater than equal to 60, then you have to supply B grade. If the percentage is greater than equal to 50, you have to give C grade. If the percentage is greater than equal to 40, you have to give D grade. And the last number you can see, if the percentage is not greater than, I have done some mistake here, a percentage less than 40, then what you have to give? E grade. Remember, here instead of greater than sign, you have to understand this is less than sign, because sometimes I can also do mistake. Okay, thank you. Next day I will come along with you with another part of the programming tools. Thank you. Have a nice day.